with all of you. We're on this journey with all of you. Basically, and happy to be on Facebook. Welcome everybody from Facebook, all our friends from Facebook. Uh, what we're going to be sharing with you tonight is about this fabulous program that probably you heard on the social media about this 90-day program, about this transformation program that everybody is getting great results. I know for myself, and I'm going to share a picture a little bit later about before and after. And I think you're going to be pretty impressed. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. Sometimes we don't know that we're carrying a little bit extra weight. Sometimes we don't know that we're carrying a little bit of an inflammation. Sometimes we don't know. I don't know. And I was surprised after I did my transformation that, wow. Anyway, we're going to share it. Anyway, my name is Lucy Maces. And I live right here in beautiful Santa Monica. Tonight is a beautiful sunset. I'm going to share it with you guys on Facebook so you can see it. I'm not sure the color of the sky is kind of like red. I'm not sure if it's because of the fire in Malibu or it's just beautiful, beautiful sunset. But anyway, what we're going to share with you is how this nutrition program works, what we call the ULT, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And to tell you the truth, this is such a perfect timing to learn this because we are on what we call it the eating season. And typically, people put around 8 pounds during these holidays. And I don't know what for you, but I'm not looking to put an extra 8 pounds. And if you're like me, most people are looking for to lose 8 pounds, right? Because we're eating a lot. Anyway, this program is I'm going to say that this program is so perfect because it's going to help you cut sugar cravings, help you with have more energy, and it's going to help us, all of us. I should say not only you, but all of us navigate to our way through to this year, to this holiday, right? Because, yeah, again, we're eating a lot. Before I continue, I want to say that this is not a diet because diets don't work. We all know that. Diets will not work. You probably you can lose the weight, yeah, sure. But after that, you can put up double, sometimes 3 times as much as the weight that you lost. So this is not a diet. There is going to be no starvation involved, but it's going to cut those cravings. And we're going to help you to make better choices with this. Not mention that you're going to look good. You're going to have better sleep, more energy, better digestion, and all of those things that we are looking for. And I'm have the pleasure to be here with my friend Joyce. And you're going to learn about all this because she's a practitioner. You know, when she said and I'm sorry, George, you had to help me with the phrase, the health from inside out or something. I love it the way that you say it.
Health is an inside job.
Oh, it's even better. Oh my God, that sounds really good. Health is an inside job, right? And that's true because whatever we put in our mouth is gonna come out sooner or later. That's my easy way. It's not so sophisticated, Joyce, the way that you see it. Because the way that you speak and everything, you sounds very sophisticated. But anyway, I'm gonna let Joyce tell you all her credentials. And she sent it to me, and then I said, Joyce, we have to do this more often. You have to like get out of I don't mean out of the closet, but you have to get out and help more people. People needs your help. People needs your knowledge. I know I do. So Joyce, take it away and tell us what is this program is going to do for us? What is this program going to do for that particular person? This want to feed their cells, they want to lose weight. So Joyce, please take it away and tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Lucy. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure having you in my life over these years and getting to know you. This woman is high integrity. She's learned so much over the years. You know, health wasn't necessarily her chosen profession, but when I see and hear her now, it's like she is a health professional. My
Thank you, Joyce.
my story is very funny. I was sticking out my thumb to hitchhike at the age of 20 in Miami, and somebody picked me up who was completely into nutrition and living foods and juices and wheatgrass and fasting and cleansing. And that was my introduction. He brought me to my first natural food store and restaurant. I loved it. Everything was delicious. And as I started to read books that talked about people who were really sick and regained their health by using food as medicine, I mean, it stopped me in my tracks. I became passionate about it. I read everything I could get my hands on. And then little by little, I took my steps to do it in a professional way. So I wound up getting a massage license. I got certified in colon hydrotherapy, which is using water to cleanse the large intestine, also known as the colon. I've studied nutrition with some of the greats, Dr. Bernard Jensen, Ann Wigmore, Anne Marie Colbin, Dr. Gabrielle Cousins. And one of the things that caught my attention when in 2014, I discovered these products and this company and the formulator, David Sandoval. What thrilled me was he studied with some of the teachers I studied with, and I thought, this guy knows his stuff. So, and I know that those of you who came tonight saw the flyer, and we said superfoods, we talked about gut reset, and we mentioned a list of different symptoms and how this could help. So I'll make sure we cover that before we leave each other. Digestion requires more energy than any other body function. So when you lighten or eliminate the need to digest, your body has all of that energy to kind of eat up and dissolve and eliminate whatever's toxic. When we have any toxins in our body, and when we have toxins in the body, they tend to hold on to fat. They embed themselves in fat or create fat and wrap the fat around them to protect the internal organs. Our bodies, our cells are so brilliant that they're doing everything they can to protect us. So the poisons won't immediately go to our brain and our heart and our lungs. They're going to, form little pockets of fat. They're going to be stored between the joints. They're going to put extra weight on. We're going to have pain. We're going to have inflammation. We're going to have sometimes a little membrane, and it forms a cyst or a polyp or a lump or a bump or a tumor. That's all actually ways for the body to protect us by localizing the toxin instead of having it spread throughout our body. So when we go on a program where it's very, very rich in minerals, it's very high in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is like the blood of a plant. So, in this program, there's a lot of green foods in the form of powder. It's delicious. It tastes like apple berry, but you mix it up with water. And well, I guess Lucy, if you've got the power shake, why don't you share that with us? Okay, so the power shake, and I've got this too. Now, let me tell you, one of the things that's so incredible about the company was for years it was in a plastic container. Well, now they're so respectful of the earth. It's not only healing our own bodies as humans, but we don't want to do things that harm the earth. So now everything comes in biodegradable pouches. So the power shake, I'll just read some of the ingredients and explain why this is so great. So not only does it have green foods, but it has some um, grains. Now, grains are being given a very bad rap these days, or carbohydrates. Carbohydrates actually provide energy and fuel for us. They're very high in Yeah, and Lucy, when you get tired, you can put it down. Um, Carbohydrates and grains provide high levels of B vitamins. Um, so, for example, we've got and everything's organic, so I'm not going to keep reading organic, but there's rice bran solubles. Now, that's got a very good fat that we need that helps with weight loss. B vitamins are very important for energy and for digestion. Um, and the grains, one of the people I told you I studied with, Anne Marie Colbin, she had a place in New York called the Natural Gourmet Institute for Food and Health. And she said, a lot of time, like when I first was introduced to, health, it was very much raw foods and just like fruits and vegetables and the greens. And this program is very much the way it's used for the first 30 days. It's a therapeutic program. So you can have a plate of healthy food, but if you have any symptoms, if you're not in such great health, if you're looking at the possibility of getting on medications or being on medications, if you're being told you might need surgery, at that point, you're quite out of balance. The scale, you're way down. So to get level, sometimes we have to go the other route. We have to like go all the way to this side to bring us into balance. And what does that is when you're having therapeutic amounts of the um, greens and the um, herbs and things that alkalize our bodies. We talked about okay, when the bloodstream holds a chemistry that's slightly alkaline, and most of the American diet after metabolism creates an acid chemistry. It's in an acid environment when the blood is slightly moving towards acidity. That's when inflammation occurs. That's when things like cancer and diabetes and arthritis and all of the chronic diseases we know about can take root and flourish. So we live in a culture right now that is so focused on going to war. We blame the pathogen. Everything that's wrong in our bodies, we blame a germ or a virus or a bacteria or a cancer cell. But the truth is, we are like farmers. And just like the farmer has his or her soil, and they've got to pull the weeds out, and they've got to have sunlight and water and break up stones and hopefully use organic fertilizer. In our bodies, we have what we call a biological terrain. So if our terrain is made from quality ingredients, it will be very unfriendly for germs or viruses or cancer cells. They won't develop. So the whole, so working in naturopathy and functional medicine, which is what I do, I'm always looking at the whole body. Western medicine often compartmentalizes, and you have a specialist for the shoulder and a specialist for the lungs and a specialist for the heart. What I love about this program is it addresses all the different systems of the body, all the different organs. You don't have to go from cleansing one organ to another 1 week after another. It's total and whole, so it addresses nourishing, regenerating, detoxifying every single organ and cell. So it's got things like, so the rice bran solubles, oat flour, spirulina. Now, spirulina is a green algae type food that is 65% plant protein. You've got millet, carrot juice powder, wheatgrass juice powder. Wheatgrass has gotten such fame over the years because it's such a great detoxifier for the liver. It pulls the poisons out of the liver. It's such a blood purifier. And so you're getting some incredible, there's alfalfa leaf in there. Now, alfalfa, the roots grow 70 feet down into the earth. So when you think about getting a food that is so rich in minerals from way down in the earth, that's going to be incredible medicine for us. So the Power Shake is something that on this program, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, normally for most people, you're having it twice a day. The way this program works is most people have shakes twice a day. And then the second product is called, well, now, Lucy, why don't you hold up the pouch? I have the old fat. Oh, okay. This is the only one left that is not yet in a pouch, but it will be. But this is protein, it's amino acids. And normally, protein takes the longest to digest of any food. When protein is based from an animal source, after metabolism, there are some toxic byproducts such as uric acid and ammonia. So this is a plant-based protein. You don't have to eat it. It doesn't go through I mean, you swallow it, but it doesn't go through the digestive tract. It actually absorbs through the lymph system and is delivered to the muscle. Now, our lymph system is composed of lymph glands and lymph vessels, just like blood vessels. So wherever we have blood vessels, we have lymphatic vessels. And the job of the lymph is to clean the blood. So again, in Western medicine, somebody will see or feel a lump somewhere and they'll get alarmed. And in our traditional Western way of doing things, the lymphatic the lymph glands are removed. It's swollen, we got to get rid of it. That's a problem. To me, when you have a swollen lymph gland, or like when I was 6, they took my tonsils out. Tonsils are lymph glands. I wish I knew back then and I had a vote in the matter, because when anything is swollen like that, a gland, a lymph gland, it just means it's working overtime. There's so many toxins being bombarded into the body that it's working overtime. So to me, it's insane to remove it. It's like having a noisy upstairs neighbor and saying the solution is I'll puncture my eardrums so I won't hear the noise. No, what you do is you go to the upstairs neighbor and you say, could you please be quiet? And so I love the fact that at the same time, we're detoxifying, we're lightening the amount of digestive energy needed, and at the same time, we're giving therapeutic amounts of nutrients. We're not going to lose muscle mass. In fact, we're going to gain muscle mass, and we're not taking anything into our body that's going to create an acid environment, an acid bloodstream, the way most protein does. So that's the second of the products of the ULT. Lucy, you want to hold up the next pouch, whatever is handy? Okay, so Biomedic. I promised you that we would talk about gut reset, and I'm going to do that. And the old bottle looked like this. So I'll be looking at some of the ingredients. There are very few, and I'll be explaining them. Thanks, Lucy. So being a colon hydrotherapist for so many years, and what I was doing was I was, in an office with one patient at a time on a table, like a massage table, and they had, there was, I would insert a speculum into the anal canal, just the tip of it, and gently turn on water. So water would flow through into the person's colon very, very gently. And over the course of 45 minutes, it would loosen, dissolve, and eliminate a lot of old waste build up. Now, there are so many reasons why people have issues with their gut. Today, we have this terrible chemical that's sprayed on pretty much all of our food, anything that's not organic, produce, grains. It's called glyphosate, Glyphosate. And it's in a product called Roundup. Now, Roundup was made by Monsanto. I believe Bayer, like Bayer aspirin, took it over. And it was created to kill bugs on crops. But we have something called a microbiome, which is sort of like, usually we think of it in the intestinal and stomach area. And we have more beneficial bacteria. We have more beneficial organisms in our gut than we have cells in our body. Now, over the years that we've been alive, we're given a lot of antibiotics. Every time we get sick, we're given antibiotics. Animal food that is not from regenerative agriculture, they call it factory farming. And our animals today are kept in terrible conditions. They're fed the wrong things to eat. Animals are not supposed to be fed corn and soy, and they are. And it's not even naturally grown corn and soy, it's GMO, genetically modified. And that basically means it's been changed so much in a laboratory that the cells in our body don't recognize it. It's not the way it grows from nature. So when we're putting stuff into our bodies that our cells aren't programmed to deal with it, it's not recognized as food. Again, it collects in our bodies. In our gut, these GMOs on the glyphosate makes little holes in the lining of the intestinal tract. That's known as leaky gut syndrome. I think that that's had a lot of reportage over the last few years. It's in the press a lot. So we get these little holes in the membrane of the intestine. Now, the intestine, just like all of our organs, is meant to be a closed system. It's supposed to be a barrier. And only what goes from our mouth to our anus is supposed to be enclosed very tightly and protectively in there, because some of that's toxic, especially when it starts turning into waste to be eliminated. When we have little holes in there and they leak back through our bloodstream and then they settle in joints or areas where we're most vulnerable, that makes us sick. That creates an autoimmune condition. That can create brain fog. They talk about the gut being the second brain. There's a big gut brain connection. So this biomedic, it will do four main things. It will kill and repair those little holes. And this sounds a little counterintuitive. One of the ingredients in there is from an extract of wheat germ oil. But what that does is it heals the membrane, even though regular glyphosate or gluten normally is considered an irritant. This particular extract and the way it's created heals those little holes. There's something called fulvic acid in here. And fulvic acid normally is put in a nutritional product to drive nutrition close more deep down into the cell. But in this case, the way the formulator explained it, it acts as an escort. So it will actually find the glyphosate, bind with it, and pull it up and out of our bodies. So we've got this fulvic acid pulling the glyphosate out. We have the fractionated wheat germ oil healing and repairing the little holes in the gut. We've got not just probiotic organisms like lactobacillus and bifidus, but we have spores. So when you have a lactobacillus spore, a probiotic spore. When we have those little dandelions and they're full of like feathers and you blow on them and they blow all over. Well, the spore actually, when we take in this biomedic, the spores explode in our digestive tract. So we actually are bombarded with the good bacteria because that has been destroyed with the glyphosate and the leaky gut. There's also in our small intestine, we have these little finger-like projections called villi, and the glyphosate destroys the villi. The glyphosate also blocks mineral absorption. And so, health declines very quickly when we're mineral deficient. So there's something called humic ore. That's the fourth ingredient in here. The humic ore remineralizes the gut. So we've got humic ore for remineralization of the gut. We've got the fulvic acid to pull out the glyphosate. We've got the fractionated wheat germ oil to heal and repair the gut. And then we have the probiotic spores to repopulate the good bacteria, which we should have, that the glyphosate and the antibiotics have destroyed. And then, Lucy, we're up to the fourth product. Okay, apothecary. So thanks a lot. And right now it's staying in the glass bottle. We might just keep the glass bottle because that might very well be the best way to contain this. Tart sour cherries are very high in an ingredient, melatonin. I'm sure most of you have heard of melatonin as helping with sleep. Melatonin can help create a very deep sleep. And so many of us are deficient in that. The apothecary is also very high in antioxidants. So when we have what's called free radicals, most of the typical American diet has bad oils. It has processed food, instead of getting the whole grain like we have in here. Most pasta, most bread, most grains, pasta and rice, they're white. Bread, you get it in a traditional supermarket, it's white. It lasts for a long, long time because it's dead food. They've taken out the outer layer of the grain, which is known as the bran. The bran has, all of the fiber, and the germ is the middle part. It has the minerals and the good oils. And then the very inner part of a grain is what's called endosperm. So when you remove the grain and the bran, the endosperm is like pure starch. It just sticks to the walls of the colon like glue. There's no fiber to get it through. And that's one of the reasons for people who have developed diabetes, who don't eat sugar. Some people are shocked that they're developing diabetes, and it's like, well, I don't eat sugar. Why is this happening? It's because they're having processed bread, they're having processed pasta and rice. So, so what happens is our bodies create free radicals. It's almost like rusting from the inside, inner rusting. And antioxidants can counter that. Antioxidants stop the free radicals from forming in our bodies and turn that around. So they're very potent for healing and for anti-aging. And then the super cleanser, you have that, Lucy? I have the old bottle if you, okay. So the super cleanser, now that's not taken, thanks, Lucy. And this is the old bottle of it. Now, so as I was saying, for most people on this program, they're going to be having 2 shakes a day. They're going to be having 5 super aminos twice a day. That'll be 10. They're going to have the apothecary in the evening, usually in the evening before bed, so it provides a very restful sleep. The biomedic, usually they're taking that twice a day. And so every area of the body is being addressed. The gut, the grains and the greens. It's like having our salad and our grains, which is sort of part of the meal. The protein part of the meal, the apothecary at night for sleep. And then this 5th thing, the cleanser, the super cleanser, when you take that for just part of the 30 days, you take that for 10 days, and then there's a 20-day break after you take the first round. What that does, the super cleanser will pull out old hardened waste in the gut, in the intestinal tract, and it will pull out parasites. Now, it's known that when parasites lay eggs, it takes 20 days for the eggs to develop and hatch. So one of the brilliant things about this program is 20 days later, you do another round of 10 days of super cleanser to make sure that if any eggs have hatched, they're not going to be able to get into your bloodstream. The super cleanser is going to get rid of it before you would get another round of parasites. So we're not only pulling out and destroying the parasites you have, but we're preventing any future implantation of that. And then something else as a practitioner I really love about this, it's so user-friendly and manageable. I mean, when I first was introduced to all of this, it was actually back in the 70s. And then I started to kind of formally do my studies in the late 70s and 80s and 90s. And, I learned juice fasting, which is wonderful. And it's not very user-friendly. It's a lot of work for most people. You have to go to the market. You have to get all kinds of different produce, put it through the juicer, try to keep it from rotting in your refrigerator if you don't use it quickly enough. Then you have to clean the juicer. And that's one of the things. I've been in private practice for 42 years now. And what I have seen is people get great results at the beginning of a program. They're very excited, but they fall off the wagon because the implementing of it gets so difficult. And what I love about this is, like, you've got a garden in here. You've got like loads of produce and single-celled organisms like spirulina with the protein. You've got the alfalfa that grows deep into the earth. And you just take 5.5 tablespoons and put it in a shaker cup. If you want to get a little fancy, you can put it in a blender and add a little fruit. It's delicious. And you do that twice a day. Now, there are some people who are doing intermittent fasting. There is a schedule where people can use these same products, but do it in the format of intermittent fasting. And we can go into detail with that for anybody who, reaches out to me who wants to do it that way. It just means basically using these formulas and your one meal that you would be having, and whatever healthy fruit and vegetable snacks. You might do it in an 8-hour or a 10-hour window. And then the third way of doing it, for people who are kind of hardcore, who are not brand new to cleansing and who have done juice fasts, there is a way of doing this 30-day program where during the 30 days, for 10 days, you're basically just using the formulas 3 times a day, Power Shake, 3 times a day, the super aminos, and the other formulas twice a day for the biomedic, once a day for the apothecary, the super cleanser for the intestinal cleanse for the 10 days. You're doing that without the meal. You're not eating like a healthy meal with your, vegetables and, protein or grain that you might do for a healthy meal. You're just having healthy snacks in the form of fruits and vegetables and these formulas. So there's kind of something for everybody. There's 3 different schedules, 3 different ways of doing this. Now, the other thing, when I studied with Dr. Bernard Jensen, he really emphasized that there is a difference between a therapeutic program and a daily optimum way of eating. So as Lucy said earlier, this isn't a diet. However, we use the word reset here because when you're at the point of not feeling so well, when you've either got extra pounds or you have pain or you're tired or you have digestive issues or you're we should be eliminating 2 to 3 times a day with bowel movements. Most people don't do that. So when you have different symptoms indicating I'm not in great health, at that point, doing a therapeutic program in the way I described is a perfect way to start. And then after that 30 days, as Lucy said, we consider this a 90-day program. Then we change and refine things for your second 30 days. And then again, for the third 30 days, once again, you're not going to be the same person. It's not going to be the same body that it was for the first 30 days. So we adjust and refine for each of the 30 days over 90 days. And then after that, as I've always said to my patients in my private practice, good health is a combination of daily healthy food choices, the appropriate supplementation and superfoods that are right for you, and then periodically cleansing. Because when you live your life over a period of time, I mean, most of us are not perfect. We're going to be eating out. Holidays are coming up. And different things come up where, we'll wind up eating something sweet or we'll wind up having oils when we eat out that aren't great. And so just like we change the air filters and the gas the oil in our cars, periodically changing the filters in our bodies. So that means giving our digestive organs and our elimination organs a rest. And so I have found in 42 years, using this program with people over the last 10 years has allowed me to duplicate myself. I can't be everywhere working with people all over the place all at once the way I did in an office. But the way it allows me to work with so many people is I can share these formulas with them. They can order it online. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee. I coach you every step of the way. And the results are phenomenal. It's just like the results I used to get when people would come into the office and I put them on a juice fast. And they get colon therapy with me. So I'm delighted to have a user-friendly, affordable, manageable, delicious way that I can help people implement a transformation in their health, because that's my commitment in this life. I want to help people transform their health. I want to get people off of the hamster wheel of drugs and surgery and fear about what's happening with their bodies, because this empowers them. This empowers you to be in control of your health. You learn what your body needs to nourish. You learn what your body needs to repair and to detoxify. So I guess that's what I wanted to share. Lucy, I know you've got some more wonderful stuff to share. Oh, you're muted, Lucy.
Okay.
We've got a
Oh,
chat.
okay, I got it. So I love it. Didn't I tell you? I mean, Joyce, I think we have to do this like every week because, like I said, people needs to hear this. We need to hear that. Right now, I just want to confess something. I've been using this fabulous superfoods, eating it for 11 years, and this is the first time I'm going, oh my God, oh my God, I have to do it again. I have to keep doing it. I have to keep doing it after hearing this. And you're probably wondering, how much is this going to cost me, right? What is the cost of this? Well, the good news is going to cost you only $12 a day. $12 a day. That will replace 2 meals a day. So, I mean, think about it. How much it costs just to go and have a cup of coffee at Starbucks and a pastry? Probably $12 a day, more or more. Okay. And it's not a meal, it's not a healthy meal. It's just something that we do because entertainment, because we want to be social with somebody, right? I don't know. I do it because of that. I don't know about you guys. But anyway, like Joyce said, this is a 60-day money back guarantee. And we're not going to forget that and your kid is you're going to have this fabulous blender as a free gift. You can travel with this. I just love this. Okay. You can, for those of us, sometimes that you get tired of eating the super aminos because the tablets are so big, because we cannot swallow it. Guess what? Put it in here with your power shake. Blend it together. One suggestion: don't travel. If you're going to travel and take it in an airplane, don't take it because it will get confiscated. It has little blades right here, so it will get confiscated. Okay, but anyway, this is wonderful, Joyce. I love it. I love your knowledge. Again, people needs to hear from you. I think I'm going to put you on the spot. I don't know what you're doing next Wednesday, but I think we should do it next Wednesday.
I would
You
love
have
to.
to take.
Let me look at
Yeah,
my.
yeah,
I'm just.
I know you're super busy as a practitioner, but give us another date, especially like I said in the beginning, because of this time of year, we eating, but guess what? We want to eat and we don't want to feel like guilty because we eating. We want to say, yes, I can eat, but I know I can shower myself with this wonderful superfoods and not to worry. And I'm not going to gain the 8 extra pounds that I supposed to, that everybody is will gain. What do you think?
I
What
would
do you
love
think?
to. Next Wednesday at 5 p.m. I can.
Next Wednesday at 5, please join us. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be here, the same link, or we probably will share a different link. But I want to ask you something, Joyce. This is very important. All the stuff I was writing notes, and I was like, do I pay attention or I write notes? Um, I think we should come back and really talk about our second brain, really in depth, because I know it's your forte. I know it's your forte to talk about this. So please join us next Wednesday. We're going to be here. We're going to give you some tips. We're going to go to the program again because this program really is going to help you. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth. why we're supposed to take this, get rid of the parasites, the super aminos, more in depth, because I know it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. Even this little bottle that I have right here, which is the apathy cherry. I mean, you had to go in depth a little bit more about this. Each, maybe I'm gonna say maybe we had to do this like how many products is 5 superfoods? So maybe we have to do it like 5 weeks so that way we can learn. We need to. I know I do. What about you? I'm talking you. We need to learn, right? We need to learn about this. How can we take care of better? How can we take better uh, our health to the next level? That's what I'm trying to say. I know I want to, but before I let you go, I with your permission, I would
Yeah.
like to show the picture of before and
Oh,
well, you're gonna say before and after I Joyce. It seems like this picture is like today and today because she doesn't age. And I just want you to see this. She seriously look. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it, and let me see if I can. Let me see if I can go a little bit. I'm gonna go right here on this, right here. Look at her, beautiful smile, right? That is 2017, Joyce.
well, there was another picture that was 10 years apart. This is one
Ah,
that's, I can't
but
remember. This
but
might
look at no, that's okay.
okay.
Look at you. I think you look younger in here, 2024. I mean, this is I'm sorry to say, but this is freaking amazing, okay? It's amazing. And why? Because Joyce is taking good care of her body. Because Joyce only puts in her mouth good things. I know Joyce for a long time. She goes to the grocery store and she reads every label. And that's the reason we need to keep having this conversation, Joyce. So please join us next Wednesday, 5 o'clock. We're going to be here and we're going to talk about our second brain.
And,
If you want to hang with us just for a couple more minutes, more than welcome. Because, by the way, we put the link on Facebook. I put the link on Facebook and I put the link right here. Please join us because guess what? We can guide you. We can hold your hand. Okay, so that way you, in case you have any other questions, in case you don't know what to do on this program, what's next, we're gonna hold your hand to the whole process, and you're gonna have the best coach, the health practitioner here, that is Joyce.
and
Okay,
Lucy, I just found the other photo. So let me just put that up because
okay,
that was from
okay.
2000. Okay.
Exciting, yes.
Okay, let me see if I can share this. I think I can share this. Hold on a second. Linda, hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Okay, hold on. Share, share. Um, okay. Oh yeah, here it is. So
Uh-oh.
from 2014,
Okay,
and this is
okay.
from now, 10 years later.
I'm telling you, you look younger. I mean, you do. I mean, we
I mean, organic.
our friends on Facebook, please prove me wrong. You look younger. Come on. You look amazing. You look amazing. Let me see the other photo. Can you put it up a little bit? And
Sure.
if you want to see the real, you look younger. I don't care what anybody says. You look younger. But anyway, our friends from Facebook, go to Joyce Gerber and check out the picture. And we love your comments. And we love what you think about all this. You can stop screaming.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm trying to expand our picture. I minimized us. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the legit.
Okay. So anyway, so we'll see you. Let me see if I can do it.
Yeah, if you can expand this, I shrunk it and
Okay.
then
Okay. See, there we go. There we go. Can you see that? Can you
oh,
see
Lucy,
that? Can
wow.
you see that? I want to share my picture
Absolutely.
since Joyce shared the picture. That this is what's me. Okay. I mean, I didn't know I had inflammation. I didn't know I have extra 20 pounds because I lost 20 pounds so far. I didn't know this picture was taken 2 weeks ago, the after. Okay, I didn't know that. And my husband is like, he's so nice. He never told me I was overweight, and he'll sleep on the couch if he does, right? But anyway, I mean, you don't know what you don't know. I look in the mirror and I was like, I look good. What is wrong with? But after the picture, after I did this program, what we're talking about, what we're sharing with you, I'm like, OMG, what in the world? Okay. And that's why we're so excited. We're going to leave you with that. And please join us next Wednesday, 5 o'clock. We're going to be here. And yeah, and please, we're going to learn more about our second brain next Wednesday. And we're going to go over the program one more time. Every time when we're here, we're going to go over the program because the reason we're going to do that is we need to learn. And in my opinion, now that I lost the weight and everything, we need it more than anything. So that way we don't feel guilty eating during this holiday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You want to close the call, please, Joyce?
Well, one other thing came to mind. We can talk about it more next week, but you had a cancer diagnosis years ago.
We'll talk about that.
Next week.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop recording. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, you wanna log out of Facebook? Yes, and